probably the most prolific crews in Major League Soccer, male or female.
Yeah, on video duty as well. Tatiana Guzman of Nicaragua, helping out Joe Dickinson alongside. Starting with Czechia, Miracle Make has been ruthless. 5 changes from their opening loss. By the way, of experienced names, the starters coming in, the likes of Polish here, and a 35-year-old Vladimir Darida in the middle of the park. Lucas Chef and Michal Sadilek in starts. Underneath the goals with Adam Hojek coming in a rotten season with Hoffenheim in Germany due to injury. But a return also to try and get the best out of Patrick Schick, who finished with 23 goals in all competitions last season with Bayern Leverkusen. In terms of South Africa, Hugo Broos makes 3 alterations from their loss to Mexico. 1 enforced with Yaya Satuli suspended, and Martha Polis and Masenko, the trio trusted, with everybody making his 50th cap today. Sinisi Foster drop out also, and Ikram Reyners up top. He finishes the second best scorer in the Premiership in South Africa, with 12 goals, and lots of this one on the biggest stage. Tell me what you're looking out for today.
There could be numbers overload for South Africa with 3 in the middle. And with Czechia opting to go with 4 across the middle, more wing backs, if you will. There could be a 3v2 in advance.
Guys, present to the sound coming on the copyrights. So if you come on back, you know.
Here we go in Atlanta. Czechia and South Africa need a result here. Beating game 1, the response now is essential. Czechia in their first World Cup since 2006, and they cannot afford another slip. South Africa first appearance since 2010, and after that tough night against Mexico, they know they must steady themselves quickly. Neither side wants to head home early, that is for sure. Here is Patrick Schick at the switch out to the left side. Czechia looking to get onto the front foot very, very quickly indeed. Tester here, maybe the down is a free one. That's me for Patrick Schick. The freedom of all of Atlanta there, should have been doing more.
Schick got caught in between 2 minds. Does he bring this down or does he head it? He didn't expect to be this unmarked, but he had enough time to be able to bring it down. You can see by the cushion nature, it's just a last-second decision, and the fact that it hits him on the shoulder, he's changed his mind. A bit of uncertainty, maybe a bit of nerve showing early on.
But the intention is there, though, isn't it? Czechia.
That's the blueprint. Czechia on throwing an extra number forward, and with that, they hope to be able to get these opportunities on services just like that. It'll be rinse and repeat for Czechia when they get further up the field.
Aurelio making a stunner start here. Ojek, nowhere to go. It will be a corner despite the opposition to the decision made from Mudau.
Good intervention from Modal, and Loschek is just trying to run at him, and he knows the best outcome is a corner in that situation. Now you get the chance to bring up the big boys from the back, none bigger than number 7, Ladislav Krejci, who scored in match day 1. He'll be one of the targets on these set pieces.
Set pieces playing such a role for Czechia through qualifying. And maybe the break will be on here for South Africa. And here is Apollos. Got a fair bit of pace about him as well, can inject some life and electricity.
Tremendous discipline from Czechia to get back and to thwart the counterattack. Counters will be vital to South Africa. Whenever they get the ball, they're going to look to go quickly into the wide areas.
Here is Apollos again. A couple of goals in qualifying, a couple of goals at the last African Cup of Nations as well. And Roman Williams in goal. Legend of South African football and that of one of his Sundowns. Plays his club football for years. They played at the Club World Cup last summer. He spoke so eloquently at the press conference yesterday about what is needed and the togetherness that is needed from everybody. A free kick here for Czechia.
Just an early word from Tori Pencil, very communicative referee. Her husband Chris, also a referee within Major League Soccer. Imagine those kids don't get away with much around the household, and neither will these players. That is a late challenge, and so just drawing the line early on as to what is deemed to be a foul at this match, and now this is where Czechia really feel they have an advantage. Look for this ball to end up just teasing. Robert Williams was playing a little bit of cat and mouse game at the top of the sixth. Look for this to land right around the penalty spot.
Well, 7 of the last 14 goals in the World Cup have been headers to 1990. So far back in. And that will be a corner, and still Czechia can try and pile on the pressure with what they feel is their party piece.
A little something different to throw off South Africa. Now the next one's in the back of your mind. That could be a flat surface to the back post. A bit of variation.
So to be so far, terrific season with Hoffenheim. The Bundesliga, that was Williams, didn't quite claim it. And a wild one wide by CZECHIA.
Ron Williams understands just how important crossing and set pieces will be for Czechia today. You've already seen within the first 5 minutes a very aggressive approach from the goalkeeper coming out to try to collect everything.
How he spoke yesterday was true leadership style, wasn't it? It was kind of like a rallying call to the country, wasn't it?
He was speaking about unity and not just amongst the players, but the people as well, all of Africa.
That's Logic. Wanted to get across. No one counts. He has done. CZECHIA. Just the start that Czechia were craving. How they needed a response. How they need a win. Both of these two. But it's advantage Czechia.
The creativity that was lacking in match day one for Czechia. It's on full display. Up, back, and through at its finest. Sadilek makes the long run over to celebrate with the bench, and knowing just how important the first goal was in this match. But the way in which Czechia works this down the line, movement from several players, the weight on this entry pass into Sadilek is sublime. It's just as simple as to throw it, but it's so smart to be able to stay in behind from Logic. The weight on this pass is perfect. It just makes the decision for Sadilek. With this amount of precision, this amount of class on the entry pass in. That's a wonderful finish. And just the start Czechia were hoping for.
And just his second international goal for Czechia. His penalty against Denmark in the shootout in the qualifiers. That was the key one to send them to the World Cup. What a moment. And now South Africa, what do you have about you? 5 minutes, 7 seconds, the fastest goal of the tournament, and we have a goal in Atlanta.
Welcome to the party, Atlanta. The 16th and final venue to see a goal. The weight on that pass, though, from Soika was simply perfection.
What about the pass, though, from the cross from Logic to keep things alive. Talk about persistence.
Well, he hung around 2 to 3 steps in behind the entire back line. No offside on a throw-in, just understanding the little nuances of the game. Took a little advantage. Led to the game's first goal.
Rotten season in the Bundesliga for Adam Logic this season. Foot injury kept him out for a lot of the campaign, just 5 substitute appearances for Hoffenheim, former Bayer Leverkusen player. Sedilek is there. Soko gets the free kick.
You got to give credit to the manager of Czechia for making the change that was necessary, adding in an extra forward, because when you do, now you get more numbers forward. Soika with just a beautiful entry pass. Great job from Sedilek to sort his feet out. He slows his feet, he chops his feet to be able to let the ball get in front of him, and then just out of the corner of his peripheral, just understands how to be able to get it beyond Bronwyn Williams.
He's got to be there. It's the style that they play, with Sofal on the right side as well, marauding. Reason why he was so influential for Hoffenheim this season in the Bundesliga, within the Mackenzie Euro. Just a third amount of crosses. But off he goes. And there's options in the centre again. They can finish it here. Can they? Mutter right there where it matters. Flag is up anyhow.
This is delightful so far from Czechia. There was actually an entry pass that was missed first before it was bounced back. Just in the middle, screaming for it, almost got on the end of it, but the initial pass, there was an opportunity to play Sedilek again. He's starting in a wider area, but what's causing problems for South Africa is when Sedilek comes inside, he's unaccounted for. It's this third man running through right now that South Africa tactically have got to figure out with some communication, because they haven't inside the first 10 minutes whatsoever.
Just a reminder that Czechia did take the lead in their first game. Still a long way to go yet. Grinchy scored.
Nice of you to put a pin in the bubble there of all the Czechia fans. Let's see what lesson they learned from match day 1 when they did take the lead. And I've been well pleased the 5 minutes after scoring. Czechia are still the team on the front foot, still the team that are pressing faster.
Between these two nations at a World Cup. South Africa produced here. A lot of yellow shirts inside the Atlanta Stadium. That couldn't be found. Stopped again from the back here. There's Makazi, applies his trade here in the United States with the Chicago Fire. Not quite enough, it was well snuffed out. Has to be said for Holesh.
One of the things we didn't see nearly enough from South Africa in their opening match against Mexico, yes, it was a grand occasion, and maybe the occasion got the better of the players. But we didn't see a confident side. When South Africa have the freedom and the confidence to be expressive and to take chances, that's when they become unpredictable and, quite frankly, difficult to defend. If it becomes too stagnant, too robotic for South Africa, they'll struggle with that. We need to be able to pick up where we usually see South Africa, and that's on the ball, being creative, taking chances, and being expressive.
A crazy start to the tournament for Bafana. 3 red cards, 2 of those belonging to South African players. Satoli and Tembazwane. Zwane's ban has been put up to 3 matches. Something hasn't gone down well with Hugo Broos, the head coach. Here is Saka. Mokoena. The deflection. Some thought it was in. I thought that might have been in.
This just took a wicked deflection. It looked like it was starting off heading one direction. It goes the other way. This is better from South Africa. This feels like they're playing instinctual football, and when they do that, that's when they're at their best.
Behind early here, they were behind early. The game against Mexico. Walk away now. To go backwards, start again here through Abraham Madiba. His 50th cap. It's a wide open.
Speculative.
You're having a word, aren't you?
What an atmosphere here inside of Atlanta Stadium. It has been non-stop noise and bouncing from both sides.
The conditions outside of treacherous, and will be later on apparently here in Atlanta. Rain might be pouring there, but going to be raining goals here for Czechia. As they come forward, they're looking very bright indeed. The reader.
More once again from South Africa. Just passing responsibility on. That's the way that there's an opportunity for Mbukaze to be able to try to step in. He backs away, and then he's second best to the challenge, not being covered by his teammates.
It's the reader again. It's the oldest player to appear for Czechia. The FIFA World Cup. 25 years, 314 days. Croatia. For a poor season with Wolverhampton Wanderers being relegated from the Premier League. Nimi Ocon is there in the way. You passes straight in Germany with Hanover. Free kick goes South Africa's way. That's what would be needed for South Africa.
You can see in defense that Czechia drop into 5 in the back, and that really starts to limit the space. And behind it, they've done a wonderful job of keeping South Africa in front of them. Not be a bad idea for South Africa to just clip one in behind and just try to stretch and pull apart the back line for Czechia.
It goes again, but it's commanding from Croatia. Continued by Modiba. Stretches on again. This is nicely done by South Africa. It's a flash maybe. Fired in. Icarbranas was right there.
This is better from South Africa. Decisive going east to west, waiting for the moment which they can get the look, and this is a good run. Raiders almost was not expecting this to get all the way through. Maseko gets to the near post. But Raiders have to think, what if Maseko doesn't make a play on this? If he's that forward thinking and that foresight to anticipate it coming through to him, that's a dangerous position to just try to redirect it on target.
Broshi just saw there, the head coach of South Africa has had a fair bit thrown towards him. Of criticism, the way that they set up against Mexico, maybe a bit too pragmatic. Talk on social media, of which he says he doesn't take any notice of that trash.
His words, not yours.
It was his words, all right. It's a swipe here. Good kick for Czechia.
This is just one of those as a defender, leaving a little bit something for your opponent that's had a bit of success early on, and Madiba knows he's nowhere near the ball. This is a spot where you can concede a free kick if you're going to take a swipe at your opponent. Interesting high line from South Africa, combined with Ronald Williams standing very close to his penalty spot.
Sadile go with this set play. More goals from set plays than any team European qualifiers. Davida sinks it in. Oh, that is a wonderful ball in, but just nobody was anticipating. Meanwhile, at the other end, the police Kovac anticipated well.
Took South Africa nearly 18 minutes for somebody to look to try to stretch Czechia, and unfortunately for South Africa, it was the goalkeeper. That's not the most attacking mentality to just try to go route one in behind. Nearly pulls it off as well.
I've been based in Mexico, South Africa, in Pachuca, 20 kilometers or so north of Mexico City.
I remember preseason in Pachuca. That's not a fun place at altitude to try to get fit. So training there for a couple weeks will certainly get the players an extra level of fitness. Be it at the end of the season, all these players, top professionals, they will be fit. Just that extra couple weeks training there, and then coming down, it just makes it a little bit easier to breathe, makes you feel a little bit more fit.
Certainly the environment here is very different to the opening games for both of these two. Ladislav Krejci was asked by the press yesterday just about how the ball simply runs. They run better here, being at altitude as they are in Mexico. A bit of air conditioning going on as well. Inside the stadium, as Krejci's given away a free kick.
Krejci could be in trouble because Torre Pinto could make an argument here that Reyners was in a position to go in behind, and Krejci commits a intelligent foul. If this gets sidestepped and there's an opportunity to slip in Reyners, the safety with his next ball is putting Reyners to go in for a run into the corner. Krejci knows it as well. A small thing that makes a big difference.
Look again, Williams goes.
Brilliant ball.
As Rennes gets the support from Apolis. Modiba. Apolis again. It's going to have the legs. They've never won a FIFA World Cup game, South Africa, having conceded the opening goal. There's always a time for statistics and records like that to change. Try and get it behind again here. The recovery of Robin Ranat, the player who plays in the Bundesliga with Hoffenheim. A club teammate. It's a free kick.
Starting to see South Africa be a bit more direct, and when they're doing that, they get their opportunity if the initial pass has success, but also the second ball becomes much higher up the pitch if you don't find the success with the initial entry pass. Oh, that is a delightful ball.
Switch from Modiba here. Modiba's cross to try and be attacked. Apolis. Even for Modiba here, back for Apolis. halfway to get through the qualifiers for Czechia. As dramatic as you can get, really, surviving not one but two penalty shootouts against the Republic of Ireland and then against Denmark. 5 of their games through it, finished behind Croatia and ahead of Montenegro. And so we will have the first hydration break. So far so good for Czechia, who are in front thanks to this man's goal, Michal Sedilek. Czechia in this must-win game, leading South Africa by a goal to nil. Jamie, what have you made of it so far?
A bright start for Czechia. Their pressure was causing all sorts of problems for South Africa, wanting them to be able to press in numbers, and Czechia accomplished that goal. It forced South Africa to play quicker than they wanted to, and ultimately just a really astute bit of positional awareness to be able to get it behind off of a throw and up back and through, and Sedilek puts it in. It's another early goal conceded from South Africa. In South Africa, they've been a bit more progressive as the half has started to wear on. Getting back to match day 1, they had only 3 attempts in the entire match. Their expected goal total was .07. Well, good news is they're halfway there at .03. The bad news is that's not going to be enough right now. South Africa need to be a bit more dynamic and have these moments where they stay switched on. It's the simplest of things. It's a throw-in, but yet they're chasing. They're always behind. It's reactive, and then CZECHIA with a brilliant entry pass, and Sedilek applies the finish, and it's been one moment of magic from Czechia that they've taken advantage of, and that's really been the only chance of real substance for either side.
First goal for Sedilek. This is June of 2023. It could make, he doesn't give much away in terms of emotion. It's a settler, isn't it? It's a nerve settler on such an occasion like today.
Pressure was the word coming into this match that was on the tips of everyone's tongue, and right now the pressure is going to start mounting as the minutes wear on for South Africa. And Czechia, with their pressure they're applying to South Africa, South Africa having to expose himself a bit more, it's going to open up the next goal. So vital now at this point.
Sedilek's goal is the difference so far, just his second international goal. This was Slavia Praha back home, bulk of a career in the Netherlands as well. The legend Julio Cesar watching on. Well, he will be once he gets his eyes up from his phone. What a goalkeeper he was.
Tremendous. Just an incredible goalkeeper. Not even sure, though, he'd have been able to get on the end of that save. That's Sedilek capping off a wonderful free-flowing movement from Czechia.
Two coaches downstairs who have had to make big decisions. It's the first match, by the way, in World Cup history where both head coaches are over the age of 70. Strong header from Ranat. Here is Apolis looking for that. Slice through. Just taken out of the reach. The stretch there for that. The encouraging signs are there, though, for South Africa. always goals whenever they play, whether they're on a winning team or a draw or a loss. No, the last 10 matches of the World Cup actually have ended goalless. Fortunate for them, they are behind here though to check in.
We were treated to a delightful goalless draw on match day 1 here in Atlanta.
They do exist, good 0-0s.
Cabo Verde shocking the footballing world, shocking the Instagram algorithm for Rosinha.
My goodness, are we 13 million now? Extraordinary.
I don't know, count that high. Who's got that many followers now?
Here's Sheikh. Here's Sofal.
That may not seem like much, but just a little injection of life and a little bit of endeavor from Apollos in that moment. It's a throw-in where you get Czechia a bit pinned down, and then how you get your teammates going a bit more. South Africa need a lift from somewhere right now. A little bit of momentum building from somebody having the gumption to be able to go and grab this game.
Seemed a little high. And just a talking to from CZECHIA. The cards in pockets here to Repenser.
Both players are going for it, and I'm okay with that decision. A foul, but nothing more to it. Just a coming together inside of the boots. It's well spotted from our referee.
Pleading his case, Adam CZECHIA. Jaden Adams, the Mamelodi Sundowns. Playing here at the Club World Cup last season, summer he was more of an impact role off the bench rather than a starter. Reynes, Ranats, and free kick. So he's going to have to put in a shift and a half. As Reynes today up against the physicality of the likes of Ranats and Krejci.
I'm not sure Rangers wants to get involved in that physical 1v1 duel. Czechia have the clear advantage in that, but what Rangers does want to do is be able to stretch the legs and ask the Czechia backline to get pulled apart, create some space for some teammates, but there has to be some endeavor from the midfielders of South Africa to run beyond Rangers, to run into that space that's vacated.
Williams here. That's a straight touch and Sheikh can pick up the pieces. Sheikh to his left. Sadilek. Striker as well. Back for Krejci. Sofal. Polish all the way back for Maciej Kovac. And PSV Eindhoven, an Eredivisie winner this season with PSV Eindhoven. 3 league titles, 3 different countries in the last 4 seasons for the goalkeeper. Not bad.
Not bad at all. When the ball gets into these wide areas, it's important for South Africa to mark on the back post.
Stay in play. Mukazi showing his strength. Unless you're a little too strong there on the police.
That's tremendous from Mukazi, a player that has a tremendous ceiling. Just 20 years old, plays for the Chicago Fire. Wonderful job from the Chicago Fire to go and scout him, to find him, be able to lure him over, although Hugo Gross very outspoken about his displeasure of Mukazi coming into Major League Soccer. I disagree with that decision. Mukazi has taken a big step forward with his significant playing time.
Motiba. Looks on that, Sofal underneath this one. A police as well to challenge. Anywhere will do, and Mukazi picks it up again. Yeah, he's had a good time of it with Chicago. Strong start to the season as well, up in 3rd place. And he was brought in the January from Orlando Pirates.
Goes back to one of their top brass within the Chicago Fire. A gentleman by the name of Eddie Rock used to be a former agent, using his worldwide connections to be able to pull him in. Shrewd bit of business to go and get such a youngster with a high ceiling, give him playing time, progress his career, and then the goal will be to sell him on to Europe. I believe Mbakazi will playing in a top 5 league in Europe within 12 to 18 months.
You hear it here first, folks.
And I'll only take 5% of a commission on that. Friends and family discount.
That's where Pencil's going to let this go. Czechia's favour. Ball in possession so far.
Don't be surprised if it's a late yellow.
Yeah. And we are going to see yellow here for Mokoena.
That's the right decision from referee. And oh, that's a big one from Mokoena, and he knew it too just in that moment. He's picked up his second yellow back-to-back, and now he'll miss the group's final match of the group stage against South Korea on Wednesday.
Oh, he's going. That could be his welcome done.
One decision, and he'll say he got a slight touch on the ball. The ball did look like it maybe changed slight trajectory, but still endangered the player's safety.
Did see red in the domestic game. But for the Sundowns season in the Premiership. Korea playing in a senior World Cup. He did play in another 17 World Cup as well. How was your experience of an under 17 World Cup, Jamie?
It was everything. You've heard me talk about it non-stop since the start of the tournament. And I digress from it, but it's a special feeling and one you never forget.
Lojek. Polish of all players, being the first advanced.
It's good movement you're starting to see now, and Polish just taking on the responsibility and just seeing what the game has given them. And right now, it's been the unpredictability of Czechia that we anticipated and were hopeful for from South Africa. It's almost been the mirrored opposite. Czechia have been far more dynamic in the final third. South Africa, it's much more of the same. They really stretch out South Africa in their build-up, and it's leading to these long balls that are causing physical duels, these 1v1 aerial challenges. I don't know tactically if that's the way to get the better of Czechia. Here's a good example. Watch the build-up. Everyone spreads wide. And now, when there's a little bit of pressure from Czechia, it's forced to go long, and that's exactly what Czechia want.
Sofal can get there first. It's Modiba. We've seen a lot of the ball so far, South Africa, without really challenging. Maciej Kovac. Flag is up here. We'll just add to the frustrations.
If you're going to go long, then you've got to put it long from the goalkeeper. He can only kick it so far.
Look on her radar office, there was a yeah, so she
Far, and what he does, it's just in front of the back line, behind the back five of.
Right there where it needed to be.
That's something that'll get the Bafana fans off their seats. A little bit of endeavor and ingenuity to go 1v1. Wonderful timing from Reyners, good first touch, and then just invites his teammate in. Good discipline from Czechia, it has to be said. Well, you're just finally getting a glimpse of when South Africa plays freely. That's when they are at their best.
I'm not going to go direct in there. Chance to get across it now, they do. Shev there first again. Lojek. And the drive from Adam Lojek here. He put the brakes on, and the ball was won fairly. To whether he might have just fancied taking them all on there. One point where Williams was scampering back to his goal. We've seen Patrick Schick score from his own half in the European Championship.
Ronald Williams would have seen it as well. He doesn't want to end up like his colleague scrambling back.
Goal from CZECHIA is the difference so far here in Atlanta.
You just hear the decibels rising. That's how starved the South African fans are for something to enjoy and to cheer for. One run set that off, and now it's been infectious inside of the stadium. Players need to feed off of that energy and try to replicate it.
Williams playing with fire here. Goodness me, they are. Fortunate for South Africa, they weren't burnt.
They were burned 9 minutes in the opening match day, trying to play it out of the back, and it's all well and good, but if you don't have the numbers, you've got to look to the next line.
There is George Weah, former Ballon d'Or winner, Liberian president.
What a player he was. Incredible.
He was unstoppable at the peak of his powers, wasn't he? So far, known for his long launches. A fair bit of distance on that. So far again, CZECHIA. Long. It's a really different free kick it is. I don't want to be crowding the referee here. The captains really are allowed to come. And a yellow card for that. Cannot crowd the referee like that.
There's no real argument. That's absolutely foul. Shaq has got the position. Patrick Schick, excuse me, has got the position. Rafa said he got a toe on it. That's his claim.
It's a great use of the body there, isn't it?
It's wonderful.
It's a yellow card for Dan Bad.
Was it done? The South Africa have no player upon them team.
Take your pick.
They're not about to play.
CZECHIA so far making his way.
That's what they say
He
with
is
the time. With the fighting, the Brazilian actually big.
put this on the range, although
and the fight, you know.
it's a fair way out.
Yeah, no, they will damage their mind.
Just
So
placed
they
it
will start
and then
fighting.
step back. It gives you all the cues and the hint that he may want to have a go.
But I want you to do it in South Africa.
She does. One over the top it goes.
That's when you want Pavel Nedved. Not in the suites, but on the field. Only imagine the wizardry that he would have put on the ball. One of the greatest players that's ever donned the Czechia jersey.
And Mikael Silvestri alongside as well on Manchester United.
Decent five-a-side in the suites today. You notwithstanding.
No comment. What do you think outside of here?
You and me both, pal.
Because if we want them done, never same.
Closing in at half time here.
Get a yellow
Promising attack to an end for South Africa.
Might have been a missed opportunity in the build-up. There was enough back and through as Apollos got the pass, and he just sort of looked off his teammate. Even if it's a 40-60 opportunity to be able to get that, not even a 50-50 at best, just give your teammate the encouragement to continue to run on, knowing you're going to reward their run with the opportunity to get on the end of it.
So far, stressed that they need to give their lives in this one. Defensively, they've kept South Africa at bay. It's 43 minutes. Mordiva. Reines. Down for Maseko. Against Suika. Maseko has got away from Suika. Finds Krejci in the way. Corner here for South Africa on the final approach to half-time.
Interesting to see the approach for South Africa. They refuse to try to serve this ball in, knowing that there's a dominance for Czechia in the air. They've gone short, and they have to go again.
So far, they've stolen it back, and I think of those that have come up from the back as well there, Jamie, to be ready to have a go. Does the size element have something that they
clearly
saved?
Yeah.
You know, he was asked about it in the press conference, wasn't it? The size of Czechia compared to these South African players.
Yeah, but it's inexcusable if you're going to go short to have a entry pass in that comes in with a weak amount of power, lackadaisical first touch. These are the things that the South African fans were most disappointed for. Here's another instance of just a careless giveaway. There's any criticism, and right now it's just because the mistakes that are being made. South Africa are beating themselves by just turning the ball over needlessly.
It's Mordiva though, Fanwell. Mokoena! And that would have been special.
Good conviction on this from Mokoena, excuse me. Just no second guessing it. He's going to run across it because he wants to hit across the face of this. So it'll start to go from left to right off of his foot. It just doesn't get the angle right with his shoulders. He's sacrificing the technique for the power as he's from quite some distance out.
The qualifying campaign, he played in a qualifier when he shouldn't have. It cost South Africa the chance to progress through a fairly lengthy qualifying campaign. It started back on November of 2023. They finished top of their group in the qualifiers. In Nigeria as we head into 4 additional.
We'll have to keep an eye on Mokoena. He's not eligible to play in the next match.
So that yellow card.
But now Mokoena has to be a true professional. The disappointment is inevitable, and a player that understands you will not play in the next match no matter what. So you now have to turn the page and go, I've got to give everything in this match to give my team the best opportunity to progress into the round of 32, or hopefully you can play again if you're Mokoena.
So the head of Mbakazi. Odao coming across. Oh. He'll take that and get the goal kick. Going through a bit of a barren spell in South Africa without victory for this calendar year in games that they played. 6 games overall coming into this one. Last victory against Zimbabwe on December the 29th in the African Cup of Nations. Warm-up games in Mexico against Nicaragua and Jamaica, parity both. Ron Williams start things here for Bafana.
Look how stagnant everybody is from South Africa. Just needs more movement.
Get away from Chev. As for Victoria Plzeňa, Lukasz Chev, working midfielder. Regular number 6 actually at his time at Victoria Plzeňa under Mirakovic. Abonis. Mexico. Buda. Who was part of a Hanover team that missed out on promotion to the Bundesliga, missed out on getting into the playoffs, in particular towards the end of the season on the final day. For the restart of the game, the new initiatives being brought in for this World Cup, countdowns for restarts, goal kicks and throw-ins. One must go for South Africa before the break. Motiva. Oh, he's got back across. And crazy with a captain's block. Nervy moment right at the end for Czechia. This is Lozek. Try and get away from one, but can't get away from another. Well, the final touch coming off Lozek. And that is that. So, a moment for South Africa towards the end. It could have been so good for them going into half-time, Jimmy.
This would have been disastrous. Half of which Czechia were dominant. Look at the way Krejci just continues to follow the play. The one blemish in the first half for Czechia, which was nearly flawless. A fantastic first half, though, for Czechia when they needed it the most.
That's a trick on you, so.
Broadcast of the FIFA World Cup brought to you by Flow, Red Stripe, Coca-Cola, KFC, Supplegen, Sunshine Snacks, and water.
Dare to Dream halftime game show brought to you by Flow, Red Stripe, Coca-Cola, KFC, Supplegen, Sunshine Snacks, and water.
Guys, we're on an half-time break. So I have 71 people watching. Thank you very much, guys. So, I don't know if you guys want to listen to what my Jamaican analysts are saying. Let me see the noise, the music god, I mean. Let's see.
To the halftime show of Dare to Dream. My name is Christopher Scott, your host. And gentlemen, ladies, at the end of 45 minutes, the first half concluded quick. It is 1-0 in favor of Czechia. Now your prediction got out. So there is not 1-0 to South Africa, but you see more of the technical side for Czechia. Still a lot of physicality in South Africa, but they're trailing.
They're trailing, but they're playing actually better since the goal scored. They've been pressuring Czechia the whole game, and Czechia now counter it. I think that big problem in South Africa is confidence and belief. And I think that they're going to have started now to go for it. And they're going to see a different second half if they don't lapse at the beginning of the second half. It's one of the problems they have with footballers. They lapse at the beginning of the game, right before the half, right after the half, and right at the end of the game. So the key as a coach is to ensure that the team concentrates and go through those periods where goals are scored, yeah, which is the 4 periods that I talked about. So if they can go back out there, have some belief and faith in themselves, fight for it, and play more as a team, they'll get the goals. I think they've been dominating this whole first half.
Yeah. And you know, as you said before, they have been having some moments. But what is Czechia doing right? Why do you think they are in the lead at the end of the first half?
They're winning the physical battles right now, and they're holding on to the ball very well. They might not be dominating when they're having their possession, but they're keeping the ball well, and as I said, they're winning those physical battles. They're going very direct, and they're putting a lot of pressure on that South African backline.
Yeah, and the lapse in in the different periods of the game that Craig mentioned, Markovic seems to be winning out in the end for Czechia because it's that lapse by South Africa by their behind.
Yeah, they lapse on a throw-in where the player he can't be outside from a throw-in. That's the rule. And I think South Africa, they should have known that, and they should have dealt with that throw-in better. But I want to give credit to the Czechia team and the player who crossed that ball, his IQ, to run in that position to get the ball and provide a beautiful assist for the first goal.
Yeah, definitely. And this is the goal of the first half, the only goal of the game so far. And there was just a flurry of them, Markovic, in the box. So one of them could have pounced on it, and luckily one of them was in a red shirt, and they're on the mark.
Yeah, they're on the mark. And again, as I said, the assist, but it was an lucky assist. Look at this player right here. In an outside position, he got it, just played it across the box, and a teammate touched it to Sadilek, who took it brilliantly.
And Craig, in terms of the defender, because I think that the defender could have moved towards the ball a little bit quicker to prevent that final pass which led to the goal. You think that is causing a lot of moments where they're kind of nervous or that stuff?
Yeah, that's the point. The game started, they weren't seriously applying the pressure, taking it easy, and didn't go to the man. The man crossed the ball and a little slip through to the strike touch, and that was it. You have to be, the more you can have tactical discipline in a team, the better the team is going to be. And they lack tactical discipline at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
And I think, just to go back on what you said, I think South Africa were the better team in the first half. I think they dominated more. They looked more direct than they did against Mexico last week, Thursday. So I think they can get something out of this game.
The South Africans definitely do look better than they did with Mexico. They look better out of position in terms of their organization, and they do look better going forward. And I think that's how they're getting most of their chances right now. They have a lot of pace going forward, so I look for them to exploit that in the second half.
Yeah, first match jitters, do you think is not all the way that's why they perform better?
Maybe not. I feel like that opening game, they should have been excited for it. It was a rematch of the 2010s. I don't think it was first match interest.
All right. Well, there are two players from each side that have been performing well on the pitch. Reynolds and Patrick Schick both have not been on the score sheet just yet, but they're doing a lot. One attempt each on goal, yet to have a shot on target. 11 passes completed for Patrick Schick. 3 more than Reynolds, and the distance covered 6 kilometers. Of course, 5.2 for Reynolds. The top speed 28.7, and again Reynolds 32.9. A lot of speedy midfielders and forwards at this World Cup, and of course, 4 2 to Reynolds 1. So Patrick Schick allowed more freedom, Craig, to express.
Both of them are really good strikers, and in their own right. They need more service, though, as we were saying before. And we need more composure out of the South African team. Patrick Schick, with his team, they need to give him the ball more and move off the ball with him. But what really happens is they're all
Check
close,
them up here, check
they're all
here.
the same type of player, same type of speed and everything. So
best. So no matter what, when it comes to giving our all, that's where we shine.
Riero, mix it up in a yoko. All game, everybody link up. You need this summer to the every win needs a real promotion. No until July 31st at your nearest supermarket or bar at 1,750 ml or 200 ml rare nephew white overproof rum for a chance to win a brand new 65-inch TV, smartphones, iPads, tablets, and recliner chairs to watch the big ball game. Every win needs a rare with rare nephew. Must be 18 years old to drink responsibly.
Authorized on the Section 53 of the Betting, Gaming, and Lotteries Act.
Dare to Dream halftime game show brought to you by Flow, Red Stripe, Coca-Cola, KFC, Supplegen, Sunshine Snacks, and water.
Let's go, dine, eco, darling, let's go.
50% say Czechia, 50% to South Africa. And I'm asking a question. I'm going to put them in who will?
The halftime stat between Czechia and South Africa, 57% possession for the South Africans, 7% in contest, 36% possession for Czechia. Both have 5 attempts at goals, 1 on target, the most important one, 0.6 expected goals for Czechia, 0.23 for South Africa. 2 corners, South Africa edging it with 3, 273 passes completed. That's over 134 than Czechia, who have 142. Look at the ball recovery time, 17 seconds to Czechia's 28, but the most important stat at the end of 45 minutes, if you're leading by a goal to them. Look at the final third entries. Both have 25 entries in the final third, but Czechia 46 seconds, and South Africa a minute and 9 seconds. Yeah, so that is all she wrote in the first half, and I mean, even though South Africa, you said, have majority of the possession, but South Africa just not taking their chances. Final comments before we head back to Atlanta.
Yeah, just more of the same from South Africa where they finish there, just try to control position and they will get a goal for it.
I see a goal for South Africa, but I still think Czechia can win.
I think there's a lot of good ball recovery. They increase the ball recovery with South Africa, so if they just apply that can go forward, they'll get
Right, we're going to head back now to the Atlanta Stadium, where Czechia, they are going to play the second half against South Africa.
We have Czechia. All the players emerge into this most magnificent facility. It's hosted 6 matches in the Club World Cup last summer. They hosted 8 here all the way through to the semi-final. Neither of these two nations are that far ahead. Price of the prize of just staying and prolonging their stay at the FIFA World Cup. Quebec's team with a slender lead. So South Africa are going to make a change, and this player here is a talent, Relebohile Mofokeng. It's going to be taking the place of Jaden Adams at half-time here, just to add a bit more life to the attack. The Premiership in South Africa, he scored a plenty, he created a plenty as well. Mofokeng is certainly a player to watch out for. Here he comes for this second half for South Africa. And injection of life in the top half of the pitch. They need a team who had just 2 attempts on target from their game and a half so far here in the United States of Mexico. 9, 8. Just a little too hasty to get going. And Tori Penso does get us back underway. So Czechia leading by a goal to nil. Sadilek's goal on 6 minutes is the difference here in Atlanta. What do South Africa have about them in the second half? Remains to be seen, and whether the change and the introduction of Mofokeng can make a difference. Jamie Watson.
Mofokeng needs to be able to try to provide a secondary run off of Rayners, somebody to run in behind as well, pick up the second pieces. I'd like to see higher starting positions from the outside backs for South Africa, pinching in as well, less stretched out in their build-up, a bit more diversity in the attack. It was a bit regimented from South Africa, none of the freedom and free-flowing nature in which they operate best.
Bring it down under control here, get the ball out of the air. Czechia possession here. Oh, so a touch up from Sheikh and Sadilek. And this is Darina. Oh, 3 in the way. Could have been a big turning point. Chev and tipped over by Roman Williams. Well, the biggest chance was for Darina.
This is such an important block. That's so well defended from Mbokaze. And then the trailing run of Okan to be able to come back and make this intervention. Robert Williams is watching this and tracking it the whole way, but it's moving from one way to another. But that was Okan as well that gets in the way.
Darina, if he is to score it, become the oldest goal scorer in Czech history. His eyes must have lit up there at the end here at the Atlanta Stadium, where there's a good amount of support for Czechia. Oh, that header!
That's a good catch, don't it?
And for Patrick Schick.
That was a good
when
catch.
it's going right, we'll be gobbling
That
this
was
up.
a good catch.
We had one early on inside the first 2 minutes of this match that he didn't take with conviction. This time it looked a bit hesitant as well. Then I'm surprised it got to him, so he wasn't able to add any extra power to it. The late reaction means it's just really hitting him instead of him heading it.
Ended the season well with Bayer Leverkusen. He is Czechia's 4th all-time top scorer. 16 goals in the Bundesliga last season. 23 in all competitions. Here's Emil Ocon. So Wallace. Slipping over the top of Kovac's goal. Loszek, known for putting the ball into the net, doing his bit to stop South Africa in attack here.
Tremendous weight. Didn't begin it. Schick, who just saw that late, to be fair, as that comes over Okan. The view of Tori Benso.
Wallace goes short again. Back to the man who represents the Orlando Pirates. Commanding header away. Another wild one from range. Here's Schick for Czechia. Czech the only one forward. Mogoena comes down again. South Africa behind, they were only behind in one of their 10 World Cup qualifiers. Defeat to Rwanda.
Stopping. Don't it?
Be careful here, Czechia, inviting pressure onto them. But how can he get in behind? Sadilek is done really well there. Well, have felt the breath on the back of his neck. Model's come off worse.
That's twice now we've been able to see Model be able to threaten it behind. It feels like it was Zelik's ball to get to, but Model just bravely sticks his foot in there. Oh, and it's more of the landing.
Yeah.
Was in a precarious position. Couldn't really protect it, and then all the way to Zelik comes down. The rotation in the foot. Zelik lands on Model.
Oh, you looking at?
Somebody's feet is okay. 6 years with Sundowns. Model. Terrainus. Now Lujek. Shik. Suika. Oh, it's a tremendous ball in as well.
What a clearance.
That was so important for Mbakazi.
Bicycle kick that.
It's just asking to be put in, wasn't it?
Wow, this is so good to be able to clear that away. The last second. Goena just acrobatically, but also intelligently clears it. Keep in mind, this is how Czechia scored their first goal. Miroslav Krejci was the one that got on the end of it.
Sip one in again, and there was Mbakazi to put it behind.
And if Mbakazi doesn't get there, Krejci was inside of his defender. And he was the next player that was going to get to it.
Here comes again, and he's over his a lot of players down. Krejci, he's head to the ball first.
Krejci just goes and finds it, tracks it so well, even backpedaling. Unfortunately for Czechia, he is backpedaling, so it's immensely difficult to get any sort of precision on the header.
Scored in both games in the playoffs. Scoring in the first game as well here at the FIFA World Cup. Krejci, captain of Czechia at a World Cup in 20 years. Allowed to turn. Away from Derrida. Finds Model, who's got time to take a touch. Play their way in behind. Czechia here.
Sir, stop kicking. If you kick one more long ball again, then me go have it out. Stop with the ear ball business. I know that I saw me that did me the punish play something too. I like to me a kick ball, I know I can't. Okay, basically me never bang in their call. And the Anja, me say best believe you all hear me not ask Christ, did I hear my name? I me not score nothing. So me a run. I must hear you want your name, man. Because every day I kick the ball long up the man. Sure.
Coming back out of retirement for World Cup qualifiers. Putting a shift in there, all right.
Come out of retirement for World Cup qualifier. You then said the people go fair them all pay. The man say come for retirement for World Cup qualifier. I said basically say I was last time when it was the last World Cup. Come out of retirement too.
That'll come out to a double change from Kovac.
So till they can't go in the man say they can't get run and dinner them go back to play for Brazil too. Yeah. And Germany also played, look at the one with the from 1932.
Bring that forward into this World Cup here.
Yeah.
This incredibly important.
Guys, on a World Cup time, I have team against Sweden. But otherwise, I don't have anything against no country. So it's all fun and games. It's all fun and games. For the whole entire football excitement, we're going to go find one next something else. But this is a nice thing. It kind of unite people because me and my brother don't really talk much. And look at football have their charisma.
Happy to see sail out of play.
That's poor decision making. He's tried one way, patiently probing, and then ultimately it's just careless to try to just swing your foot to it. You don't even give your teammates an opportunity to get on the end of it.
I'm not taking the but when you look at what I'm taking at 20 points, it's really when was so off like them have the most what it was. I tell them that them have the most like a sign. Sometimes we did it one time, people don't make a clear. I think it's something like my talk like the sun awful. I'm gonna take it down. I used to say I'm 30.5, that's what that's about. My ball, my best man. Yeah, man. And my bag was right
Let's give it away.
Yeah, man.
It's a little strider, open one for him to take.
Don't kill them. So this is now, you can stay with the team because I don't have team parts. You don't know some of them not doing the yellow card. I see no virgin get a look at to me, I know accident that I a yellow card, so I shouldn't have given me yellow card. I just be honest, grandma. The one I want to go to me, what do you do? Don't be so awful like the next one. I want to tackle and get yellow card and shit. I look give her when it's done it. I'm sorry, I look at me and look at her. See that?
Walk away.
I should have to forget later. And grandma and I come till in the evening.
Team goals in them, but where are they going to find the right answers here, South Africa?
Just look how slow it is to build up. There's no decisive first movement that then teammates can react off of.
More to be made here.
And then look, I see that. Check out maybe I feed them. Check out what the king
Up on the ball here. Okay. Well, he does throw a left hand, and he'd have to think after just watching your teammate get sent off in the previous match day for some silly swinging of the hands, that you would not have the discipline to do something similar to put your faith in our video assist referee, Tatiana Guzman, or referee Tori Pento's hands. I don't think there's anything that needs to come from it. I think the chair has made an absolute meal of it. But nonetheless, why are you doing that if you're a Malta game?
They're a team that have received more cards than anybody else so far in this World Cup. That's a great pass. Schultz now, and the Welsh. The work was vitally important.
How good is that from the two substitutes? Zeleny with a little bit of skill check there, puts it right back to the legs of just to build the bench. If you're Pablo Schultz, to not have a goal. That would have been a good spot, and I think he realized it when the moment had passed him, and he could have had, maybe should have had an effort towards goal.
One yesterday, in the sea, all the roof of the time, and go to the shot,
Well, if you're Ronald Williams right now, you're looking at how stagnant everything is. You're finally getting a little jog towards the ball. What else is there?
No, my yeah, not that. You know what I'm penalty, them give one line. So people say, if you're going to have your job is to try to catch a ball. When you come off of the line, so then they say, messing up, no,
long aerial goals there. It's just unimaginative right now from South Africa.
Just sometimes, I'm saying.
Speculative hits like that, which they'll be happy to see. Czechia from Batiba this time.
Czechia will take this all day. Czechia got their reward. They got their goal from throwing interchange in 6 minutes in. They apply the finish. Pressure has been the word that has been thrown around more than anything else today. And you better believe these last 30 minutes are going to have even more pressure with each passing second for the South African side.
And you can see there, attempts on target as 0 for South Africa. They're now going over 90 minutes without an attempt on target. We're back on the 56th minute against Mexico, and that was from Madiba, who's known as the postman.
Why is that?
Known for delivering for his club and country.
I see what you did there.
My next one thing make YouTube have been a problem. I look like some stubborn. Because me and stuff, I try to see them all say about half time or something.
Really well.
Some up and pad something. Then we feel like they charge for other something.
Staying down, flag eventually going up. Krejci doing his job anyhow.
Almost spoke too soon there. And finally, one run set off by Mofokeng draws the attention of the Czechia midfielder, and then ultimately it just creates a little bit of space for Rudal, who straight to that offside position. But for an hour into it, and we're not seeing nearly enough selfish running from South Africa to set their teammates up for success.
Right back at Czechia here again. It's good distribution attack from Kovac. Ranat. Picked up the best of Euros. He seemed into his domestic game with Hoffenheim. Couldn't get in the team. Tough to get up to his feet. Ranat's then playing a real part in Hoffenheim qualifying for Europe this season. This season gone.
She can't sleep.
Apolis, he is the one that can make things tick. He's lost out here. Directly involved in twice as many goals as any other South African player during the qualifiers, as with Apolis. Second leg for Polish. For Czechia. Some run for World Cup. Today's European champion as well as Czechoslovakia, 1976.
Been a really good passing sequence here for Czechia. Becomes demoralizing when you're South Africa having to constantly chase. You can't get your foot on the ball. You can hear Krejci screaming. That shows to put some runs on to keep the movement going.
Logic got the block in, and things. Landed at the back of the leg there.
You see? Just the thing that she go to the people is going to want yet to look at the black people. Look at what? If they realize it's wrong, what would you know? Yes, they don't say that. Look if it's a yellow cat coming. Really painful. I want as a bird, I'm going to sacrifice myself as grandma and to eat one. I'm going to let you have rice. Alright, I can't eat bread. Sacrifice myself, I want to bread for me.
Years of sacrifice as
I want to do that to me, but true love, I end up sacrifice. I'm going to let piece of bread. You can't eat. I took up no, I eat something. Before you touch no phone or nothing like that.
3 days after the Mexico loss, where in camp he said you could hear a pin drop.
feels about right of a response with how flat that performance was in the opening match against Mexico. Right now, you can hear it drop in this Atlanta Stadium because South African fans have had nothing to cheer from with their side. And that is exactly to the game plan. Czechia won it.
Just the one goal game. Czechia are going to make a couple of changes here.
So we can keep extend before we eat.
So Lucas Provo and Thomas Soucek is going to be coming on. Soucek is going to become Czechia's sixth most capped player. He got to 92 for his country. There's a change for South Africa, it looks like as well. Evidence Michael Park is going to be coming on as well. That is the first change. Michael Park for Raiders. Michael got 6. Due to the time constraints that you have now with substitutes, Lucas Provo there. Soucek coming on as well, as I mentioned, the sixth most capped player now. It's at 92. Soucek was relegated with West Ham United from the Premier League his first season. 5-time Czech Footballer of the Year. So far.
And this script for great use the player they're looking for.
There is pressure. Watch out for Soucek being on the pitch now. There's late runs and pinning away at the back post. Maybe he'll come. See no games of this FIFA World Cup. And ain't over till it's over. Recently we saw it with Ghana scoring late against Panama last night. Lead behind, but out of play goes. So then he's not going to get that.
We've been treated to a couple really good days. They're getting back in braces a
the second half. Still one goal. That's the difference. Late in the first half. Case of getting towards now and ever for South Africa.
No, I want your phone. So in the side
So when do we get to a point, Jamie, where it's throw everything out and check here for South Africa?
Oh God. Sorry, Ajahn. When someone put it for charge in the room, so
I don't know if the players know
we
that
look for
yet.
someone white. So we don't see the
Their lives are at stake because if South Africa are unable to at least find an equalizer, they now have to watch 9 p.m. Eastern in Guadalajara as Mexico and South Korea take place, and South Africa could be out of the tournament. And that's Country Roads are playing inside the stadium here, Atlanta Stadium. Country Roads taking home. It might be the way home for South Africa if they can't find something going forward.
We've not had too much really shout about though in this second half, although moment here for Dorida to a small block. Moments happening in wrong end, really.
in the charts now, I'm about when we come to but so on white shows that there's something that connects to the
because South Africa are going to have to push forward. They're going to have to push through.
double camera phone.
I just, right now, the question to me now, which player down there has the willingness to say, I want this moment where I'm going to create something? Czechia look as though they got players lining up to be able to step up to the moment. But this group for South Africa right now, I talked about their unity, their ability to stick together. They're going to have to do that right now. And they're going to have to find somebody that's willing to step up and be the leader to show them the way.
Czechia will head back to Mexico City. They'll take on Mexico in their final group game. South Africa against South Korea in Monterrey. That is what is to come.
Yes. Eh? I don't understand your one bit.
Which bit you want?
You want the rest of the water? What one bit say? Chinny the ball for you when you go away. Chinny.
Every corner of this World Cup, we've had terrific crowds. Wonderful sights. And this country, Mexico and Canada, have embraced the grandest stage of all.
Thanks so much for watching.
The people here have been brilliant.
See you after
Here, there,
the
and
flight.
everywhere across 16 host cities around these three great countries.
Yeah, my wife, she watch the kids show.
That's the best sign I've seen so far.
She don't say no football. She the only person she cheat on her with is football match. I got it.
Needs must now for South Africa.
I know one is now for them man for for this World Cup here now. Like only live like so them boys fly out to go watch a match physically.
We said before today only 2 clean sheets in the last 17 World Cup matches.
Okay, so we are share. Share.
A glass of the legend that is Pavel Nedved earlier here said that they will be 100% better than the first game they played against South Korea. These must be a game that you just have to win. It's just a case of needing to win it, no matter how you do it. So what can South Africa do? Just a one-goal game. Still in the balance. And Police. He's found a cross as well, and the loose ball flicked away from Schultz. And he's going to try and chase this one down as well. Cover it in the Ocon.
Better when Mafokin gets into the final third. There were 3 South African teammates in the box just waiting for some sort of service, but there was finally willingness to get into the box. It just was too slow decision making.
An awkward one certainly for Evidence Magopa. Not really been able to get him in the game so far. 6 goals for his club. Against Cameroon in January in AFCON. Just the once in the qualifiers.
Teams ever always. So we talk about all of the clubs.
And that has gone down actually as the first shot on target. It's on target for South Africa in the game.
Feels generous. Ball should have been played across. This is the type of moment where you start to really feel the full weight of Nabazwane's red card in the last match. 36-year-old attacking midfielder has 12 goals and 56 appearances, but he boasts the ability to create things. Japanese, a spectator like you and I, and the rest of us tonight.
Seko down. No foul.
No shot, man.
So foul over the top. Wallace. Walk away now for South Africa.
But I want to offend you so she make it slide because she realized that no man. You don't realize that this you're
really good. Too much. Take a touch, drop the shoulder, and Maseko just rolls great G.
No one players are feed match.
Czechia are going to have their line right at the top of the 18-yard box. Then this needs to be put right into that corridor of uncertainty. Top of the 6-yard box, right in the penalty spot. Get everybody running towards the goal of Kovac.
This is the right-footed option.
Ready? Set. Go.
Anticipation around what's going to happen. Strike from range, but once again they're able to get out quickly at Czechia.
Could be more frustrating to see that being the best effort.
Me? One time, Bomila left, and I left nothing.
They're going to switch the ball out.
Well, look at Sean.
Is it that hard?
Might have been. Hitting it hard from roughly 40 yards out is not necessarily the way to go.
By Burger.
That's the effort. Just blocks.
Communion, it's
Get her away towards Sheikh. Again, another frustrated figure today. Patrick Sheikh.
I'm going to do one.
Mudar. Emil Kolon. So whatever happens here, we'll have to wait to see what happens in the later game to Mexico and South Korea. A defining game for both of these two teams here in Atlanta. Czechia.
Well, I'm there, I have time, I'm going to stand on my whole life. I'm not here for all this.
Chev that has made way. This is a very place for Slavia Praha. Still studying with the club. The rest of the time.
We just need one day.
With Torino in Italy.
I'm so awful. Is it okay?
No, Socek, they got the wrong side.
He wants
he wants something more. There was a clear path for Mobuena.
It's a clear ball back. Shot it goes. This was heavy, cranky across. They will get a corner out of this, South Africa. One left. It could have been more. Oh, it's a great call here, overturning the call for a corner to a goal kick.
Avalos takes a heavy first touch here, so he's trying to chase it.
Right, great call.
Wow, really good from Brooke Mayo.
You must say,
Our
you want to come here again?
On a conversation with our sister, or with our head referee, Tori Penson, got that absolutely spot on.
Miss you.
Salini. Czechia losing out again. Aseko. Someone in Swinkle Pub. Mudau.
Would you believe it? There's somehow one player for South Africa inside the 18, though. Maseko just like reluctantly got to the top of the 18 and tough. You're chasing the game.
I know whenever we are in the game, like I was saying, when the game if you done, like you said, the Panama, like I didn't kind of choose, see, but the choose, start play extra, when the feeling here if you done, but they are going to run, so when the match here if you done. Come on.
To get into the box.
11 more minutes left before extra time. Come, play the best of the time now.
So who they want? Structure.
Czechia they want.
Has been set up from Czechia so far.
Them come in and score.
Happy for South Africa to have the ball in this sort of area.
Them try them want win because
Passes, no way
them
through
are
though.
still no win them already. If team no win them already, you know. South Korea. They must score on South Korea first, and South Korea come give them two, and then second match. This is the match up and make a run off in like 32. They will end up with 30 to 32. Then they will play for go run at 16.
South Africa.
Alright, how that go? So another part of the game, Andrew. Another part of the game.
What a moment this could be for South Africa to keep their World Cup alive.
So good from the second. What is going the ball decide? I'm going to go one-on-one.
When he's in the box, when he's in the box, you put your hand catch the ball, that's all see it. In the box, you give them to the hand round them, because they know when they hand catch the ball,
someday now remember saying that.
No, this is about the penalty. Because if your hand catch the ball when you're in the box, penalty. Only the weight when you can do. The goal is.
See the woman here, no? Here, no?
Come to my husband. I don't know.
Come here, let them wonder, so why sometimes them have them hands so.
Yeah, man, they have them put their hand in by the side around them back. Because they know when their hand catch the ball. You know, must the level then use their hand in the bottom, you kick the ball and make it catch your hand. And then still get the penalty. And that go on.
Oh, Jesus.
Standing with the ball. This is in the penalty spot. He is 2 for his last 5. He's missed 3. The 3 that he's missed have all gone to the goalkeeper's right. The 2 that he's made have gone to the goalkeeper's left.
It's gonna be a father you still look like Chinese, like a Chinese. Like when they make it.
This is level in Atlanta. And for South Africa, this has to go in. Mokoena, passing the corner. They are still alive in this World Cup. 1-1.
Come on, baby. Oh, God, come on.
Check your ass up,
That dares to dream. Mokoena has kept the dream alive for South Africa. The work would have been done. The goalkeeper, Natia Kovacs, knew that Mokoena had success going to the goalkeeper's left. The 3 misses have made amends in the biggest of moments. The weight of a nation, the weight of a continent on his shoulders, and he dispatches it expertly.
The Rainbow Nation might have just added a bit more colour back to that World Cup adventure. South Africa here. Maseko is off. And Kabagano Sebelebele is the player that has come on for the final moments. Not quite the finale here. These 2 nations away from the World Cup scene for a long time, determined not to be going home early on a must-win game. And we are level closing in.
And if this result holds for Czechia, that would be 5 points dropped from winning positions so far in this tournament.
And another successful penalty. The penalties have been scored, all 4 of them have been dispatched so far in this tournament. Mokoena, one of the biggest goals for his country. It's a double figures for goals for his country as well. final 5 minutes plus stoppage time. Here comes South Africa again towards a police. Who dares now?
There's a real battle mentally right now. Those 6 inches between the ears. Do you go for it? Do you play cautious to not concede? We're going to find out who can hold their nerves in these final 5 minutes. What's stoppage time?
Let's go down. A setback for Czechia again, having led for so long. They led against South Korea before. They were beaten in the end. Their first game. Life in South Africa again at this World Cup. Forget the third best. The best third place teams, I should say. 8 of those will go through to the knockout stages as well as the top 2. Totally over and done with. There wants to be a point apiece here.
So South Africa first game is?
Second game, them play Mexico win them. And so what them do, them make the team them play against the team will lose play against the one in the card. Them lose for them matches to Mexico, and then lose to them on Czechia lose them matches so Korea. So I make them when this game are done, we save and we tell me a score, and them do draw. Everybody have one more match like same me, but it's going to determine who will end up seeing me in the winner 32 game. Everybody enter to play 3 match. But there you go, Mr. No, you go with Grace.
And one of the most forbidden
well, you know what, so you know what,
in the world.
you know what,
They get all 3 points.
you're going to want to jump on,
They really need to go
if they're not
for a
going to score,
second
now
here.
go home. You know how we jump on, we're not going to do. They're not going to, we're not going to go on with them.
Still a
Go on
daunting
with
task,
them.
but absolutely.
Oh.
The lesser of
You
the
get what I
two.
mean? Sometimes them, the team are going to need
Yeah. We understand. The next stage.
Quite the introduction.
Just one moment of endeavor from Maseko to go 1v1, drop the shoulder, and fortuitously win the penalty. It's just changed the entire complexion of this match.
Yeah. Don't trouble you. You want trouble? Yeah, don't trouble you.
Shoot now. It's a check play down. Sofal wants to see out for a corner here ahead of Sofal as Patrick Shaker getting himself back up onto his feet.
Look just a moment ago. Keeper Kovac with a little bit of uncertainty. But this is a massive moment in this match. This play's being held up for just a moment.
Yeah, Patrick Schick's not happy, is he? He's continuing the argument. Off away in the hair. He's not having any of it, is he? And he's going to be very careful that he's not going to get a yellow card.
Corey Benson just said, I don't want to card you. Schick just managed the emotions, but this is a massive moment. Set pieces have been a real point of dominance all afternoon long for Czechia. Krejci in particular, number 7.
That's a good header. Really good header away by Lukasik. A pillar of strength at the back there for South Africa today.
There's numbers at the back post.
Cross eventually is played in towards Krejci. Zimmer. Feel the tension inside Atlanta Stadium. Oh! Got away with that. Savini, but he does get the free kick.
Free kick, Czechia.
do about doing the stuff on top of the foot.
Step on the foot.
7 more to play.
Look out, chip this. Put it on in. Sorry.
Yalla bonbon down a minute.
Floated. That's not by Zeleny.
7 minutes yet?
Yeah.
Flag up.
Because them have more, they don't stop. You see, I think already, more you stop stopping at the beginning. Yeah.
I made the initial run, and when it gets flicked on, they was in that offensive deflection. And just falls into the back. Once it gets top, it resets when the header happens. There's the first initial one, but when it gets headed on, Sarchek was in an offside position. Correct decision from Rex's referee.
They hit them foot. The only part they can't use that their hand.
Thomas Sarchek.
Anybody score this, I didn't look the game. It's a draw.
Won't get there.
No good. It's not good. None of them. Right now, none of them know what they're saying. A draw, lose and draw, nothing will come in. Some of them fooling.
Scoring South Africa's.
So when you play the other game, you know, you can't look at the part of the world.
Paraguay in 2002. Oh, who wants it? Ocon, Mokoena. They're helping themselves here. Schultz, Sheikh, Flash.
Don't it.
So far with space here.
Space there.
And straight to Mokoena with the recovery.
One corner.
Goal kick.
Goal kick.
We get a reaction from Ronald Williams to go over and just celebrate with Lembokaze. But there was a moment where the window was open and the Czech player in the attack took a secondary touch. If he could have played it first time, there were 2 Czechia players that were open and he just could not get it to him quick enough.
I said, no!
Okay, no, she said that. I know I never expected it.
You mentioned it, Jamie, after he picked up that yellow card, Mokoena, which sees him out of the last game. And he needs to lead by example now. As a leader, he's done so. You look at all of the statistics, he's topping them.
4 minutes left.
Completed passes.
Things can go on 4 minutes.
The scorer of
When the game makes done at them kind of Qatar score. 1 minute left for the game up. The extra minutes, Qatar score.
Shaking the center. Short now. Oh, now is Sheikh. Has it there again. And a flash line.
Oh my. Canada.
Catch right there, that's South Africa.
There are so many tired bodies right now on that pitch. But both players, both sets of teams are going for it. Heavy legs, poor clearances, rash decisions. Just feel as though this match will be 4 minutes into the 7 minutes of stoppage time. You just feel there's one more opportunity. Which side is it going to be in? Is somebody going to step up and take the moment and make it theirs?
Over 4 minutes played of the 7 added on here. And here is Krejci. Czechia's number 7, that's a heavy touch.
Laying on too much.
To get in behind Czechia. 7-11.
You know, for speed, you know, for go thing, you rotate themselves to the ball. You see that? No? Like, I love to see that, you know, when they can rotate themselves to the ball.
I'll go in there for a police.
3 more minutes. 4 now. 1 out.
Mofokeng.
2 more minutes. 2 more minutes.
Abakasi. And Imi Ocon.
sequence from
Yeah,
South
nice one.
Africa.
Look at end part, nice one. Yeah.
Czechia were undone by South Korea's equaliser. 25 passes that undid them on that occasion. The police.
Alright, so Czechia is now film time. The fun upon the
Czech, great touch and turn, but here comes South Africa again, giving everything in the second half. Mudar, on he goes, Makopa. Mofokeng. To be quite the finish. It's made.
Oh boy.
So many red shirts in the way. Here's David Zimmer.
Boy.
Oh, it would have been a moment of brilliance just to have composure. Now with the sudden at the last minute.
See, I feel one already.
What is that? Feeling inside the stadium of the South African fans.
Really, I'm going to
Yeah, man, but it's only the last one of the match. I think that is a sweet part. Everybody are trying to, you don't know, get an extra human straight. Don't Andrew.
Finds it from Mbakazi.
No, so last minute on the
Yeah, last minute now.
Oh, the Thomas Socek.
Oh, God. Sure, that's a man. You can't see her. You can't see her.
Go long out from Williams.
blow up.
Ranach and Delitas.
1-0, done, 7 minutes up.
And that is that.
Boy.
For the second half, that came to life. And for comeback, for Czechia, for South Africa.
The coach them can't show, but the coach them know what time it is.
A point apiece, their first point on the board in Group A, but they will wait to see what happens later as well. But in the end, frustrations you can see on the face of Sochek. And South Africa kept on pushing in the second half. They got the reward of a goal. And he finishes here in Atlanta.
I would say, but the
Czechia won,
Georgia.
South Africa won.
Oh, God.
Broadcast of the FIFA World Cup
You see, I'm
brought you
Colombia.
by Flow,
You're
Red Stripe,
handball.
Coca-Cola,
And you let them
KFC,
look it up. You know, it's a
Supplejen,
problem.
Sunshine Snacks, and water.
Mommy, you better have handball and make the body. You want to have a home goal when you use out. Imagine you make them score and you say, we're not lead. Who's not lead so long? Problem
Here's
in
the
the
Dream
land.
post-game show brought to you by Flow, Red Stripe, Coca-Cola, KFC, Supplejen, Sunshine Snacks, and water.
Colombia.
Yeah, play good man. You don't watch it?
Yeah, me don't watch this side.
On the phone. When me asleep. You lie like a fly. You don't watch nothing.
Got the equalizer, and that's how it ended. 1-1 between Czechia and South Africa. Welcome to the post-game show of Dare to Dream, our coverage of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. My name is Christopher, your host, and we still have our panelists with us, Fred Butler, Marshall Brown, and Tony Cohen. First, so I'm going to start with you. What did you make of the second 45?
They're going to use barges at the feet again.
That they were coming into the game. That intensity that they finished the first half with, and they came into the second half. And in the South Korea game, Czechia had issues dealing with the pace of the South Koreans, how quickly they were putting the ball down. And I feel like South Africa used that to their advantage, came out really quick, came out running at them, and Czechia was on the back foot for most of the 45 minutes.
Yeah, they were much better. I want to start you because you got your prediction spot on. 1-1 or 2-2, you said. South Africa looked way better than Czechia, and they deservedly got something from this team.
Yeah, they got a penalty which they put away brilliantly. And I mean, there's no way you would have saw a South Africa team today as bad as they were against Mexico in the first game. And I think the Czechia team, they weren't special against South Korea. So that was my reason to say it will play out in a draw, which is
South Africa, Craig, you saw that they didn't allow that loss against Mexico to falter them and push them back. They played much better today, and they probably could have gotten 3 points on this game.
Absolutely, as I said at the beginning of the second half, that they would have to play a lot more attacking football, a lot more pressing, and that as the game went on, they would gain their ascendancy, and that they did, and they got the goal. They could have gotten a few more. Such is life, the ball is wrong.
Yeah, they can go into that game, their final round of games, Markovic, with some amount of confidence and a smile on their face. Because now, even though Czechia is also in it, if they win their next game, it kind of gives them a little boost to go to the next round, round of 32.
Yeah, it would, but when you look at the table, if South Korea beat Mexico, then I think it would be a little bit easier for South Africa, who will go up against South Korea in the last game, because that would mean that South Korea is already qualified for the round of 32. I know 3 teams can go through. I think South Korea is the toughest opponent in this group based on the first round of games. So, on paper, South Africa is going up against a tough South Korean team. And I think they can get something from that game, and especially with how they finished this game today and the show they put on versus Czechia.
Yeah, let's also talk about the call that led to the penalty, which was put away expertly by McQuaid. I believe it was the right call. You guys believe it was the right call. At the angle at which it was, it was a little bit tricky, but of course, Tony, when you saw the other arguments.
Yeah, initially when we saw it, we were like, maybe his hand was by his body, but again, in this modern day of football where we're at, if your hand is here, it's a handball, so.
Yeah, and you think it was a clear penalty?
Yeah, of course, it was a clear penalty, and if you want to show some, look at this, that's a clear penalty. Look at this penalty. If you want to show someone how to take a penalty, that's the one. You cross the body, brilliantly taken. Bottom side.
That's all you tell your players to take penalties as well?
Power pace, everything was on that. So that was a bad penalty?
You think there was a bad penalty? Ask me what some players.
And no.
So that's not how we roof it. No, we don't roof it. Wait. If the goalkeeper hands are outstretched like this, we drive the ball just so that his fingertips could touch it. And in that way, there's no chance for him to move. That
was a brilliant.
But a good penalty.
Absolutely. Very good penalty.
Guys, I'm closing off at 1:14, okay?
Bottom corner. Very good and very composed. Wish they had more of that when they were in front of goal. If they got so many chances, they would have a little composure, they would have put them away. But as I said, as the competition goes on, they'll grow. So hopefully they'll win their next match and go through.
Yeah, and at the end of the night, you always have a talk from the managers, from the coaches. A man that has been involved, like yourself, Craig, in football for so long, what would you tell your team, more specifically South Africa, at the end of that 90 minutes?
Good second half. You showed quality, you showed character. We need to work in the day off now on finishing and composure in front of the box. Once we do that, we get it right. Let's get some rest, let's eat some food, get some rub down. We prepare for the next game, get focused, and let's go there.
Yeah, at the end of that 90 minutes, 1-1 between Czechia and South Africa. We're going to take a break, but we come back more on the other side. This is here to drink. So come.
Sure, I'm past, Grandpa. Because I work up here, I'm humble. Too, me don't wanna copyright, I no problem. As me hear them say, take a break. No work and put out the something immediately. Cause me don't eat up with Grandpa, but yeah, buddy. Oh, thinking about a yummy meal. And we was only you and me. We were young and wild and free. No, nothing can take what you need. heart's over now. You make the man bow for more. Maybe you're all that I want. But I'm lying here in my arms. I got to be for heaven. Love is all that I want. And I'm lying here in my arms. You got to be for heaven. I don't wanna go another without telling you exactly why it's on my mind. It seems like everybody's breaking out, showing their love. But I know I got a good thing right here. That's why I say, ain't nobody gonna love me better. I must stay with you forever. Nobody gonna take me back. I must stay with you. You know how to treat me, baby. I must stay with you, my baby. Nobody ever made me happy. I must stay with you. And never make exactly. I'm with you. Oh, baby, I'm with you. Oh. Come on. What's that? Come. Come on, what's that, baby? Here. I'm going to take you on. Take my arm. Come on. Here you go. There you go. There you go. Let it go. Mama, you may tell you to come and say, carry this come here. And you don't throw everything for me, girl.
When you look at the South African ball recovery time, 14 seconds, that's like an average for the European teams. So look at Spain, the France, it's like 11 to 14 seconds, and they improve their ball recovery time a lot in the second half, the South Africans, and I think that was one of the reasons they got back into the game. The press was better.
the story continues the same for me, which is possession doesn't always mean you're going to want the dominating the game in the flow of it, and means you're going to win, you know. South Africa was down 1-0 and at the half had most of the possession again, and had to rely on a penalty to get the goal. So, you know, if you looked at how they were matched up with stats in terms of shots taken, shots on goal, even game.
Yeah, even game. Look at the final third entry. 56 times they have entered Czechia's final third. 42 for Czechia, and 1 minute 38 for the total time, 52 seconds. But they were more, as you would say in here during the break, Craig, relentless in their attack, and that is why they got something from the game.
Not just that, but if you look at the stats all added up together, you had the increase in ball recovery, then you had double the amount of passes that were made than Czechia. So you have the possession, you have the fight to win back the ball, and you have equal amount of shots. So they gained the ascendancy in the game, and it will happen. If you do that, you're going to win games and score goals.
Yeah, definitely. So we're going to take an interview with the goalscorer from South Africa, McWayne. Here's what he has to say.
Tell us what it means to score at the World Cup.
Sorry?
Tell us what it means to score at the World Cup.
Yeah. I never thought it as a kid I'll be here, you know. It didn't come true. Unfortunately, we didn't win, but I'm proud of the team. We got all the support. I don't know how I'm feeling. I'm so excited. The way we fought today, I think everyone back home is proud, and yeah, man, we showed up. I think we showed up today.
But as I say, first point of the tournament, you know, how proud you are of the fighting spirit of the team.
Yeah, of course, like I said, I'm excited. The way we played, the way we showed up, we are brave, we are confident on the ball, we are also good off the ball. So I think the team did very well today, and we can be proud of ourselves. Of course, the first game we didn't do well, but today I think the comeback was so good. I'm very proud of the team.
Thank you very much.
If they can leave Atlanta Stadium, Marcus, with their heads held high, they really, really have something to go on here, and they can get to the round of 32 if they continue to improve and get better throughout the group stages of the tournament. Dream come true.
Yeah, he said it. It's a dream to get at the stage, and what the performance they've just shown, you could see it in his eyes. That's a player who believes, who have confidence, who think that yes, we can go on and beat a South Korean team. It's just a confidence that they didn't have in the first game against Mexico. And I think they grew into this game with confidence, and it will roll over to the South Korean game.
A team that's confident, Tony, and players that team that's very different.
Absolutely. You can have the individual talent and not be collective. And if you can be collective without the individual talent, you prove that you're tough to beat and you'll put up a
guys, 50 of you guys are on here now.
Speed,
I'm going to close up because I have to go try and prepare myself for the other match. So hope you all are here again for that match. Love you, respect you.
But they have that mixed in with confidence.
Peace
and they have something to go on.
You know, that's one of the things that we say you have to instill belief in the players. What happened to this team is that they played 1.5 games before the belief kicking, the fight kicking. So they should have been prepared from the first game. If they had played the first game, or they played the second half, they wouldn't have any problems qualifying right now. Because that's a physically good team, tactically off, but technically also good. Just needed to have the confidence and finish the goal.
Yeah, I know they're going to be heading into their final game against South Korea. The complexity has certainly changed, but you know, South Korea is very technical, and you know, you want to have a game plan against them in order to get 3 points and for this to run up.
They're going to have to play the game very hard and press very hard.
They didn't come out, let's have a France.
As a unit. And really focus
Senegal feel like say they have them out in the first spot. Second half, when the grandma, them go high.
The speed at which they're going to run.
You guys were playing a lot. The first part, now there's no playing time. It's a bad game. Okay.
Counter.
Mbappe, you might move.
And one thing, just to highlight, I said it in the pre-show. They lost 2 players because of red card. And I said it, that's opportunity for 2 more hungry players who are hungry to show the coach that yes, I should be
Later, thank you. Later, Andrew. Later,
you go back to those 2 players who got the red card. I think one of them go for 3 games.
Gifted, Betty,
1 should be eligible to play the next game. I don't believe one of the red cards will really
justify
that.
I want to say thank you all who have been here with me.
Of the tournament with all the new rules.
Thank you very, very much.
And I think he just got caught by the VR. And I would look at the person that replaced him and his performance. And if his performance is really up to par, he was involved in the actual ascendancy of the team, I would not replace him. Stick with the guy who performed well. Many players, including myself when I was younger, at 14 I played my cup because somebody made a mistake and they gave me a chance. Never look back at the bench again. So these are things that you have to, as a coach, you have to also understand. It's not just how good you are technically or tactically, it's where your heart is and how much you can get. Because when you put a guy in training, it's sometimes different than a guy on the pitch.
Yeah, definitely. So, well, it is all square at the end of 90 minutes at Atlanta Stadium between Czechia and South Africa. 1 hour. We're going to take a break when we come back on the other side. So come.
Miss mistake, so. Oh my God. Alright. See you guys on the other game. Take care. Bye.